Hello, everybody, and welcome to the second day of the 2021 New Directions East Asia Conference, brought to you by the British Council. If you enjoyed our sessions yesterday, you're going to love what we have on offer for you today. We have plenaries from Professor Judith Kormos and Dr. Jayanti Banerjee, assessment-related panel discussions in EDI and climate action, a special eye tracking symposium, 15 breakout sessions, and also spotlights looking at projects from Singapore, Vietnam, Malaysia, and India. I hope you're making use of our discussion rooms. Who knows, your BFF may be just waiting for you in there. And please remember to vote in our student awards. Winners will be announced at our award ceremony later today, which will include a live question and answer session with an expert panel. Towards the end of the day, I also hope you can take some time to fill out our general survey for this year's conference. Your feedback is really important to us and can help guide us to improve our future conferences. I would now like to share a pre-recorded opening speech that Stevie Spring, Chairman of the British Council, has prepared for you. Stevie became Chairman of the British Council in August 2019 and is also Chairman of Mind, the mental health charity. She has previously chaired both the Groundwork Federation and BBC Children in Need and served on the boards of Kent University, Arts and Business, and the Authors Licensing and Collecting Society. She is now a portfolio director and investor, particularly in profit with purpose ventures, and has broad experiences of partnerships and joint ventures. Named one of Britain's 500 most influential people and one of the UK's 100 most connected women, Stevie was awarded a CBE in the 2017 Queen's Birthday Honours. So take it away, Stevie.
Hello, it's just fantastic to have so many of you taking part in this, the 9th edition of New Directions. Over 600 delegates from right across the region and back for a second day. So you obviously found day one worthwhile. And gosh, what strange times these are for us all to be here. Strange professional challenges and strange personally. While the pandemic has made us all so aware of the bonds we share, at the same time, it's kept us physically separate and all too often psychologically isolated. And of course, it's been an especially difficult time in education. Here we are trying to share ways of critical thinking, share knowledge, transfer skills and understanding from one person to another. So teachers and learners have really been at the coalface of the problems. When normal connections are blocked off, the whole process of educating, which of course includes testing and includes examining, it can be seriously interrupted. But happily, together, we've found new ways around many of the obstacles thrown our way over these past 2 years. And I, for one, firmly believe that the lessons we've learnt over these nightmare times will change the way we work for good. It'll improve our normal practices, not only in other times of emergency, but in business as usual times as well. New approaches will ultimately enrich all of us. Whichever way we look at it, COVID-19 has been an incredible disruptor, preventing our young people from going to school or college, preventing them learning in an in-person environment, and removing the social dynamic element of learning that most of us have always just taken for granted. It's put huge restrictions, in particular, on those young people who wanted to travel overseas to further their education. And this has had far-reaching effects that many of you are all too aware of. On the other hand, the pandemic has been a catalyst, forcing the hand of technology. Before COVID, EdTech developments, educational technology, they were chugging along nicely, thank you, dipping a toe into the pool of artificial intelligence for automated scoring, looking at online delivery, remote proctoring, and automated item generation. But necessity always being the mother of invention, the past 2 years, technology has been given a new prominence and taken a central role in education, including in assessment. And that shift brought issues to the fore in many, many unexpected ways. For instance, it shone a really bright light on our sector's commitment to EDI, to equality and diversity and inclusion, bringing that lens of equity and belonging to all of the work we do. And technology, without a doubt, has helped us to make real progress on being inclusive. The move to online or blended conferences like this one has opened up participation to a much, much broader audience. We all know the cost of attending in-person conferences in real life can be absolutely prohibitive. Yes, in pure financial terms, but also in the time you need to commit. So a virtual format obviously enables greater access, making events more inclusive. On the other hand, as ever, there are downsides because for some people, moving online is just not an option. Those who don't have access to the hardware, software, or the connectivity can't enjoy online education or even interaction. For them, the pandemic has made learning much, much, much more difficult. And as some of the presentations you've already seen have highlighted, the rapid introduction of technology into language learning and language assessment carries with it an element of the unknown. How is this disruptor going to change how and what we learn and test? What are the consequences for individuals, for education systems, indeed for societies? The impact of the pandemic has, of course, been widespread. It's been varied, it's been profound. We've all been in it together, but we definitely have not all been in it together equally. We've all had to review and reassess our priorities and strategies at the same time as we look at new opportunities and new ways of working. Few people could have predicted all the changes COVID-19 has brought in its wake. Predicting the future is a tricky business at the best of times, but with regards to the English language, the late David Graddle made a jolly good attempt. In his 2006 book, English Next, he looked at future trends in English language, in learning and teaching. English Next went on to become the most downloaded book we ever published at the British Council, and it provoked a great deal of debate, not just within our sector, but also amongst the general public. Now, futurology by its nature is an uncertain business. Who could really have foretold the course of world events since that 2006 publication? And never mind the past 15 years, we couldn't have predicted the past 15 months. But some people do seem to have a bit of a crystal ball. and it seems David may be one of them. He was certainly right about the broad sweep of where the learning and teaching of English was heading. He felt that the position of English as a truly global language was secure, but that the perceived ownership of English by those who speak it as a first language was shifting to include the majority of English users around the world. In other words, those who speak it as a second or other language. He also pointed out that the implications of this for people learning and teaching English would be huge. As the pandemic began to be felt by the world at large, we at the British Council decided to revisit the trends Gradle predicted, not only to reflect on his predictions with the benefit of hindsight, but also to assess where English is at the moment and where we think it might go in the next decade. That project is called simply The Future of English. The Future of English is a multi-stage project which will set a research agenda with global scope but local relevance. It takes a cross-disciplinary approach to reach different audiences and draws on research from a whole range of disciplines. It aims to provide insights on the trends that will define the role of English as a global language over the next 10 years, inform language policy and education reform, and set a research agenda capable of generating hard evidence and data to inform those policy decisions and evaluate their impact. There are 3 phases. Phase 1 is all about evaluating Gradle's prediction to draft a set of key future trends. Phase 2 will stress test the revised predictions at regional roundtables and capture issues from these into a new iteration of the trends. And Phase 3 will develop a long-term research agenda that will include dissemination in all sorts of formats. We're currently in Phase 2. So we've collected a range of regional insights from various stakeholders, including government, education, and industry. The British Council's unique position of trust and experience across the diverse contexts and regions we work in lets us bring together the policymakers and influencers who can properly inform this agenda and help to achieve our goals. Later on today in the Spotlight strand, you can listen to colleagues sharing insights about the project and their experiences from both East Asia and South Asia. Looking ahead, we've just launched the Future of English grant scheme to engage researchers from UK universities and global experts from a wide variety of disciplines to design and carry out robust, data-driven research on all the trends and predictions that are core. We'll track those trends over time and provide live evidence to drive policy change that will have a real impact in market. The project brings together our work in English, in exams, and in English for education systems, and underlines our belief in a comprehensive learning system. The concept that the core elements of curriculum, delivery, and assessment, and everything that goes with them, all have a significant impact on learning and should be managed as one integrated system to help learners, schools, and countries achieve their education goals. Education is at the heart of human development in every society in the world. So anything that has a profound effect on society is likely to have an impact sooner or later on the way we teach and on the way we learn. It shouldn't surprise anybody that this conference will touch on many different themes: inclusivity, testing and assessment for English medium education, artificial intelligence and technology, even the challenges of climate change to educators. Education and educators cannot afford to stand still because society doesn't stand still. That's why gatherings like this are so important and why the British Council is so proud to play a part in bringing all of you together online, face-to-face, or in one of the many ways that haven't yet been fully used. Metaverse, perhaps? So, it just leaves me to wish you another brilliant, informative, stimulating day, chock full of stuff you can take back and use in your own communities. So enjoy, stay safe, and thank you for listening.
Thank you, Stevie. And please make sure you check out our 2 Future of English sessions that we have today, where experts will discuss possible key trends that will define the role of English as a global language in the coming decade. One session will focus on the South Asia context, the other on the East Asia context. Time now for a quick break, but please be back soon for our first plenary of the day from Dr. Jay Banerjee. Enjoy the rest of your day.